Get me a bucket of worms, gonna catch a big one, 'cause I know it's my turn.
Welcome to Fishing Tales. Fishing the world's streams, rivers, lakes, bays, and oceans.
I don't care if the sun don't shine, I'm gonna kick back and drop the line to.
And now, here's the man that put the fun back into fishing, Leo Vrana.
Tap, tap, tap. Oh, he's pulling, he's tugging. He's got it. He's tugging. He's close. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, another segment of Fishing Tales. Oh, where are we? We're in Sturgeon country. No, it's not San Francisco Bay. It's Hell's Canyon, right on the between Idaho and Oregon. And see that reel going? That 60-pound test. And right out there, we're gonna show you what we've come up here in this beautiful, rugged country at Cougar Lodge in Hell's Canyon. We're gonna show you the mighty sturgeon. It's all here on Fishing Tales. Ooh, ooh. Oh, well, I don't know what you've been doing while we were away, but I tell you what I've been doing. I'm not going to aerobics or play tennis this week because I'm getting my exercise. This is something. Oh, hear that thing? That's my favorite sound. A reel take and drag. Oh, Lordy. Oh. Oh, oh. I know a lot of you, especially in California, chase the mighty sturgeon. San Francisco Bay, San Pablo Bay, up on the Sacramento, the Calusa. You gotta come up here and catch these. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They're big up here, folks. They're all big. Oh, oh, oh. It's talking to me. It's talking to me. Oh, oh. We got 60-pound test, a big pole, a big reel, and what a setting, huh? Take a look at that. What a setting to catch a fish. These are the premier residents of Hell's Canyon, the mighty sturgeon. Oh. We're gonna be here a while, folks. We're gonna be here a while. But I love it. You better come up here and go with me next year. We'll do this together, huh? Whoop, where's he going? Don't you go away. Steve, will these sturgeons jump?
Well, they jump about 40% of them will jump.
Oh.
Well, it looks like you might have one of those with the other 60.
Well, this guy's not showing himself to me yet, but he's coming toward the boat.
You gotta look at you. That's when he made that big run.
Oh, saw my hat, didn't he?
Well,
He knew it.
He saw what was under that hat.
He knew he was in trouble. He said, oh my goodness, it's him.
He'd heard about you all the way up here in Idaho.
Oh. Oh.
Stay with him, Leo. That a boy.
Ooh. Oh.
Hang in there.
Oh.
That fish's bigger than you are.
Look at there, you catching smallmouth in my sturgeon hole?
Well, not only that, I'm using your pole. Nice.
And he's not kidding, folks. Now look over here at Steve. This is a great fishing hole. Big smallmouth bass. Right up here.
Boy, I love that pole of yours, Leo.
I tell you, boy, you're right. There's a lot of smallmouth in here. Oh, nice smallmouth. Coming on in. All right.
Nice, Molly.
Beautiful.
Pound and a half, 2 pounds. Beautiful fish, aren't they?
Oh, well, I tell you what, he's about to come up, I think. I'm about to see him. Now he's going over here. Ooh. What do you think? 6 feet maybe? 7 feet maybe? 8 feet maybe? Oh, that'd be something. We're gaining. As the sturgeon rips off some more line, he says. There he is.
He's about a 6-footer.
Come here, Mr. Sturgeon. Let everybody take a look at you, and then we're gonna let you go. Sure. Steve's gonna do the honors for me. And they get a lot bigger than this, folks. And we're gonna show you some. Let me show you what you do up here. The fishery for these sturgeons, catch and release. We're gonna let out a little line here. Steve's gonna do the honors here. Oh, let me see my fish. Look at that. What Steve is doing, and when you do come up here and you catch the sturgeons, he's turned the fish over. It tends to calm them, put them on their back, their belly up, while Steve works out the hook. No teeth in a sturgeon, but boy, they love to suck up those rainbows, don't they?
Ready?
You bet.
See you later, buddy.
See ya. Thank you.
Nice fish.
Now, how did we get here? Well, our trip upriver started after a good night's stay at the Ramada Inn in Lewiston, Idaho, and that's the jumping off place for everyone going to Hell's Canyon. Our host is Steve Weber's famous Cougar Country Lodge, located in the heart of Hell's Canyon on a spectacular setting on the Snake River. They pick you up in a comfortable and very powerful jet boat. There were over 15 in our party, and we had plenty of room, and you won't get wet. So now, let's go upriver to Cougar Country Lodge. Now, along the way, we catch a little history. Here are the mysterious ancient petroglyphs. No one, to this day, knows what they mean. Now, see this rock? It sits on the other side of some treacherous rapids that the steamboats that were used to supply the miners long ago could not get across. So they drove this steel ring into this rock, used a cable as a pulley, and brought the steamships over these rapids. The mine shafts and the steel ring today are reminders of man's earliest attempts to conquer Hell's Canyon. The hills began to grow, and boulders began to appear. We were getting deeper into the canyon. And then, suddenly, around the bend sits Cougar Country Lodge. It was to be our home for the next 2 days, and already I wish we could stay a week. We were with Jim Grossi and members of the Fellowship of Christian Anglers Society. What an organization. They believe that the family is the backbone of our country, and you know, they're right. Now look at that. What a setting. Now that's the way a lodge should look. And here's a view of the Snake River from the beach in front of the lodge. The guys caught fish here every evening. Our 2 jet boats were ready and waiting for a 75-mile run up the Snake River, over Class 6 rapids, and into the Sturgeon Holes. Oh, how about some chukar hunting? Steve will provide the guns, shells, and oh yes, the retriever. By the way, that chukar cooked back at the lodge was so much better than pheasant, which was my favorite bird until then. Now here's a nice tent camping area, beautiful beach. Now these people have come down from Montana. They come every year to get a true outdoor adventure on Hell's Canyon. But now, let's run the rapids. excitement. We're here, and I've got to catch some sturgeon bait. Now, you want me to catch some bait, right?
Yeah, we need a rainbow for sturgeon.
That's amazing. I love to catch rainbows. I've never caught one for bait.
Well, they work best. That's a natural feed for them. That's just the right size, too, about 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hardly get any smaller than that up here, so that'll work great.
There's a lot of rainbows up here. All right, now I got a rainbow. You're going to show me, it's sort of unique how you do it up here to hook up this rainbow to catch these sturgeon?
Yeah, you bet, Leo. I'll show you in just a second.
All right.
This is a perfect size rainbow here, Leo, for a sturgeon bait. It's about 12 inches long. It's a small one for up here. It's just right. We don't have to cut his tail off or anything.
All right.
What we do is I tie a double herring hook, and we pinch the barbs down on the hooks to release the sturgeon with these. And I take that first hook and I stick it right in his eye and come right out the top of his head.
Okay.
That's actually just to kind of hold the fish in place. My second hook, I don't go back very far because
I noticed that, yeah.
if I get way back here, when I go to cast it, it'll slide up and bend the fish.
Right.
So I want to put this one right up here, right in front of the dorsal.
Let us see where you did that. Show everybody.
Come right
so
out the
they'll
side
know.
like that.
Right.
And we don't want to crook in it at all because it'll twist the line when it's flopping around down there in the current. There it is. He's all hooked up, ready to go.
And your weight is fairly near your bait.
Yeah, it's if you get too far away from your weight, you can't cast it. It doesn't cast very well at all. You're throwing a lot of weight out.
Right.
So, and it's on a slip sinker, the weight.
Got it.
So the fish will bite and he won't be dragging that hook into him and realizing that we're after him.
Now, how deep of water are we fishing in?
Well, anywhere from this next hole we're going to fish below Wild Sheep's about 12, 14 feet deep. But the fish are in there because the rainbows come over Wild Sheep, stun themselves, and then big sturgeon are laying in there below it, picking up the stunned rainbow.
That's beautiful.
One more thing we do, Leo, when we get ready is we'll just take this little rainbow and we just cut him right up the belly.
Clip him.
Just clip him and run it right up his belly, just so he'll bleed.
Oh, Leo, I think we got one.
I tell you what, you want to see a guy that's happy? From Chicago, Illinois, Dave King, and look what we've got. See this pole? That's not smallmouth at the end of it, and it's not rainbow. We're talking a fish that a lot of you in California would sure love to be in Dave's position right now. We're after the sturgeon, the mighty sturgeon that is bending that pole way up here in Hell's Canyon. And Dave, what do you got there?
Oh, big old fish. We got a monster, Leo.
I know it. Oh my goodness. We're about 15 feet away from the boat. Hooked him in about 70 feet of water. Boy, I tell you, I knew rainbow trout were great, but I didn't know they could catch sturgeon. Look at this line go. Look at this line rip off right here. Right down here on this reel, folks. Look at that. You took an inch and he got a mile, huh?
That's about it.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, my goodness. You can see Dave working here. I want to share something in reading the history book and about the sturgeon up here in Hell's Canyon. Back in the 1880s, 1890, there's records of 1,500-pound sturgeon, 18 feet long. Can you believe that? And the fishery today is just about as good as it was back in 1890 because of one great reason that we all should take a lesson to. It's all catch and release up here in Hell's Canyon on these sturgeon. You catch them and you put them back. And the fishery has flourished. This all happened back around 1968, 69. And the sturgeon are here for all of us to enjoy. We're going to show you this one in just a little bit, so don't you go away. We're sturgeon fishing in Hell's Canyon. It's all here on Fishing Tales. Here's Dave still working that sturgeon, the bottom of Hell's Canyon. Oh, Lordy. We're way up here. You can see there's the cliffs and the canyon. Do you know the Hell's Canyon is more than 2,000 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon? It sure is. It's the deepest canyon in North America.
Prehistoric fish, the sturgeon. There you see the line, folks, and right below that is a huge sturgeon. Ooh, here he comes. Ooh, big fish, Dave, big fish. Look at there, folks. That's what we're after here in Hell's Canyon, the white sturgeon. The prehistoric fish, and that one is huge, about 8 feet of unbelievable fight. He hit that rainbow, filleted, cut rainbow, just freshly caught. Come on, baby, we won't hurt you. We won't hurt you at all. Steve is telling us that's about 200 pounds of sturgeon and about 8 to 8.5 feet. Oh my goodness. All right, we don't want to harm her.
Something like that, Leo?
That is something. People in the Bay Area and San Francisco, we catch a lot of sturgeon up there, but boy, not like this and not in this kind of water. Okay, baby.
There he goes.
We'll see you.
We'll see you later, bud.
Thanks for the ride. Oh, look at there. Son of the Irishman having fun. Another McInerney out here. Wonder what he's got on. You know what he's got on because you've been watching it. See that pole? That pole knows. That is another big sturgeon in Hell's Canyon. And he's way out there as you're getting a look. And showing you the area that we hooked these sturgeons in. It's about 70, 80 foot of water. This one hit that rainbow. And he's way out there and nobody's budging. Well, Bobby Jones, they say, may have designed the most perfect golf course, but whoever came in here in the Hell's Canyon, he's got one great fishing hole after another. More than 18 holes on a golf course. And Steve knows every one of them and has been putting us on them. We're hooking these sturgeons. We literally, 5 to 10 minutes when we come into a hole, boom, we got a hook up. Don't you wish you could do that wherever you're fishing for sturgeon? Now take a look at that, the power of that sturgeon. He's made one run already. He's in his second run, and we can't stop him. He is ripping off that 60-pound test line. Now we're getting close. This battle has been going on for a long time. We haven't seen him yet, but I think this might be the biggest of the day. And you've seen some big one on the show so far. Oh, man.
A chance to rest anyway.
Oh, Lordy, look at that. Oh, we'd love to see this one pop up for you. One of the great mystery fish, the all-time great fish. A lot of people say the sturgeons are all the Loch Ness Monster stories that you hear about, and I sort of tend to believe them. Oh, these fish get big, but they grow oh so slowly. He's getting close. Fish is right near the boat. Mac is hanging on. He's pulling Mac in the river almost. He's getting encouragement from all the other guys on the boat.
He's gone.
And now the fish decides to take another run, the 4th run already by the mighty sturgeon. Oh, my goodness. Still out there, and the battle goes on. Toward the end of the day, sun about to peep behind the cliffs here, Hell's Canyon. And we got it all to ourselves. You can too. How'd you like to have one of these sturgeons on the line? Oh, it's a thrill.
There he is.
Oh, there, look at that, folks. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. That's our first look at this sturgeon after a long, mighty battle. That is beautiful. That's gotta be, that's close to 7, 8, maybe 8 feet. That's our biggest one of the day. Oh, look at that sturgeon. Mac, congratulations.
Nice fish, man.
You got a hold of your fish. Mac, do you know that fish weighs about 250 pounds and is 8 foot long?
Hopefully I won't weigh that much anytime soon.
Isn't that something?
Oh,
Isn't that
that's good.
something?
Sleep good tonight.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
for sure.
Was that a thrill?
Oh.
Hey, you gotta hand it to the fish. They're fast. But Quantum is way ahead of the fish. Just look what they've done now. The revolutionary new Quantum Hypercast spinning reel. The fastest way to the fish in the history of fishing. With Hypercast, you never touch the line. Just pull the trigger and the bail opens in any position, and continuous anti-reverse means rock-solid hook sets. Get the new Quantum Hypercast, the fastest way to the fish.
Quantum Hypercast, the fastest way to the fish.
When was the last time that you went camping? The kids played. You had a family picnic. Well, you can do it at the best campground in Lake Berryessa, Pleasure Cove Resort. There's plenty of space and shade. And hey, you want to play on the water? The launch ramp is open all summer and fall. There's a general store and a restaurant too. And there's plenty of water at Lake Berryessa. Call now for reservations. Pleasure Cove Resort. Everybody else does. Want to fish on your own lake? You can at Caddo Mountain Family Resort in Northern California. Your family and friends can completely relax in a nature setting. Sleep in a teepee right on one of the many fishing ponds. It's a great adventure. Bring your own RV or camp out. Watch the buffalo graze. And most of all, catch fish. All you want in ponds that are full of trout, catfish, bluegill, and sturgeon. You don't need a license, and you pay for only the ones that you catch. And you've got fresh fish for dinner. And then there's the Trophy Lake, home of trout like this one. Up to 20 pounds, largemouth bass too. Fish in your own Trophy Lake. You know, there's no resort like this one. Bring the family to Caddo Mountain Family Resort. Call or write now for details for Caddo Mountain Family Resort.
Well, look at there. Boy, what an end to a perfect outing on Hell's Canyon. You gonna do the honors, Mac? Let her go?
Try and get the other side.
Well, let's see the other side, sure. Steve's gonna help you here. Whoa, well, look at that. Ooh. And another flip of the tail, and see you later. That's a Hell's Canyon submarine going back home. Gonna stay there, and it'll be there for you for probably another 100 years. We caught several of them here today. We really enjoyed our stay. Steve Weber, Cougar Lodge, we sure want to thank him and his people. He can really put you on the fish. What a place that he lives and works and enjoys for all of his life. We really enjoyed it. For Jim Grossi and all of his good friends, the Fellowship of Christian Anglers Society and Let's Go Fishing Ministry that we got to fish with, and the two guys from Chicago that showed us how to catch some sturgeons in Hell's Canyon. You better make plans to come on up here. We're going to be back. Hell's Canyon fishing. You can't beat it. And I'm going to leave you with my 3 favorite words, especially these big ones here. Fish on, everybody.
Now you too can experience the thrill of catching a giant sturgeon in Hell's Canyon and go fishing with me on our special Fishing Tales Hell's Canyon adventure. We'll catch big smallmouth, as many as you want, up to 4 to 5 pounds in size. And there's great rainbow trout fishing too, and you can do it all in the same day. There's fall steelhead, and wildlife is everywhere. So let's go fishing to Hell's Canyon. Call this number now, and we'll tell you all the details how you can ride the rapids to some fantastic fishing holes. And look at the rainbow and steelhead in crystal clear water. Catch them on flies all day long. It is outstanding fishing. It's a trip of the lifetime. Hell's Canyon, Idaho. Call us now and let's go fishing. Recommends that you stay at the Ramada Inn in Lewiston, Idaho. It's the fisherman's headquarters for Hell's Canyon. You're somebody special at the Ramada Inn.
Tune in next week at this same time for another fishing adventure with Leo Vrana and Fishing Tales.
Whale or tail of fishing.